Can you answer 40 unfair questions about The Rookie? Season 2, that's right. We're back for more unfair questions. 40. Question 1. What is the name of the 9-year-old that stole a bus under Jessica Russo's watch? Wow, how'd they fit a bus under a watch? They fit on your wrist. Benjamin Smith. Do I know of Ben Smith? Maybe I used to. Question 2. What is Officer West's badge number? Well, I guess the cop equivalent of license plates is badge numbers, so here we go. 33356. Question 3. What proportion of cases are solved at the patrol level? Really high or really low? That's what I think it's gonna go. 85%. Yeah, that's really high. Question 4. Detective Armstrong came from which precinct? Oakland, California. Am I right, Green Day gamers? The 7-7. Not as catchy as the 9-9, but we all were thinking that. Question 5. Where is Schmitty's Shangri-La located? Where are you? Mid Wilshire's Westgate parking lot. Question 6. Lucy gifts Rachel which book for which her grandfather did the illustrations for? Aeronautics Through the Ages. Question 7. And soon after, Tim gifts Rachel a model of this plane? Chuck Yeager's Bell X1. Question 8. Where does Officer Nolan's CI Bianca OD? The Dollar Motel on Olympic. Question 9. Officer Nolan's first court case is for a DUI offender by what name? Brant Reggie. Question 10. What misspelling is on the counterfeit bill that Officers Chen and Bradford investigate? Hundred. Question 11. When Wesley shows Officer Nolan the bomb threat message, it shows what time and date? 11:30 on Sunday, the 3rd of November. Question 12. What is Officer Bradford's badge number? You thought one badge number would be enough? Nah. 34831. 34831. Question 13. Bradford's challenge coin is from the chief, who gave Detective Harper her challenge coin? The Governor. Sounds like an end boss if I've ever heard one. Question 14. Officer Lopez does private security for whom's during her time off. She's working undercover. Mingus Kemp. Try saying that with a straight face. Question 15. Which LA municipal law outlaws feeding wild animals? Code 53.06.5. I think that's my subnet mask. Question 16. Whose forensic team worked the scene Officer Nolan has to babysit on his birthday? Wow, so rude. Tip Johnson's. Wow. Question 17. Which birthday did Elroy miss that he regrets? His sister's last birthday. Question 18. What is the name of the man who used to own Officer Nolan's house? Howard Green, the lesser known of the Green brothers. Question 19. How many episodes of Hot Cop had aired when Officer West started helping? 36 episodes. Question 20. What did Detective Armstrong's wife do for work? Elementary school teacher, my dear Watson. Question 21. What is Rosalind Dyer's prisoners' numbers? 081316. Question 22. How many of her victims is she willing to reveal? Three. Question 23. Who hands custody of Rosalind Dyer over to Sergeant Grey at the start of the day? Sergeant Antonio Hernandez. Question 24. What is the address of the property where Officer Chen is buried by the serial killer? Sad. 757 Old Farm Road. No silly jokes here. Sad. Question 25. Officer Nolan's father, Charles, left him $14 and what car? A 1971 Chevelle. I have no idea if that's a good one or a bad one. Question 26. And how did Charles Nolan die? From heart attack or drowning? They don't know the order. Question 27. Pete Nolan had punched how many cops? Well, this Pete Nolan sounds like an alright bloke from this exact alone piece of information. 5 cops. Unclear if that includes a freshly punched John Nolan. Really need more stats around punching. Question 28. Chastity has competed in which competition in Tempe twice? The Iron Man competition. Question 29. Chastity won't lie to the police for a guy until at least what date? You gotta have standards, you know, and that's the important thing in life. The third date. Ooh, getting pretty serious. Question 30. At what age did Charles Nolan give Pete his first beer? 13. Ripe old age. Question 31. And what about his first joint? Well, that's an important milestone in everyone's life. 15. Well, brain hasn't fully formed, but, you know, it could be worse, I guess. Question 32. What ranking does Officer Bradford achieve in his sergeant's exam? 8th of 140. Yeah, that's pretty alright, eh? Question 33. He could be a sergeant in 2 weeks if he takes a position at what division? Boy division. North Hollywood. I don't know heck about Hollywood. Question 34. Officer Nolan's credit plummets to what number when his identity is stolen? Sad for you. 300. Again, what does that number even mean, Equifax? Question 35. And to solve his stolen identity, Officer Nolan gets help from this individual in the Identity Theft Division. Still not Boy Division. Detective Summerland. Question 36. What is the solve rate on auto theft in the LA area? Again, it's going to be very high or very low. I don't feel like there's an in-between on this one. 0.02%. Okay, I thought it was going to be low, but that's low. Question 37. How much in civil settlements did the LAPD pay out of the previous year? Again, I don't want to keep saying low or high, but $80 million. And you know what? Probably wasn't enough. I don't even know any details. I'm just guessing that probably wasn't enough. Question 38. Whom's is in charge of the prison in which officers Harper and Nolan get stuck during a riot? Warden Miller. Warden Miller, eh? Question 39. Officer Rios' father worked in which division? The same time as Commander West? Narcotics. Question 40. Officer Cole's borrowed RV has plates from what state? Arizona. Arizona, IA. But how did you do? Let us know your score in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe, and come back. I don't know what's happening on Monday, but something will happen on Monday, and you better be here for it. So, thanks for watching, and will I see you next time? I better.